Hi guys, welcome to the third set between Carariyo and Sunae Skewered Chickens in ASTL Season 3, Game 9. And after two games, Sunae Skewered Chickens is up 2-0, and this is going to be the match point for them. And the map is going to be Eclipse. And we have a TVT with JYJ representing Sunae Skewered Chickens in the top right corner of the map, and Ssak representing Carariyo at the bottom left corner of the map. And to be honest, the first two games from Carariyo was very, very uninspiring. The two players who represented them in those matches, namely Action and Bai, was very, very sloppy, especially Bai. Bai was definitely not a pro gamer level in his performance against Queen, and Queen just really outsmarted him both in terms of strategy and also in terms of micromanagement. But anyways, we're going to have a Terran versus Terran game here, and I hope that it's going to be a long game with lots of action across the maps, because this is Eclipse. This is a kind of a mirror-ish map, except for the top left corner of the map that the two sides will have to kind of battle it out. And this is potential for some really crazy late game positional plays, like just denying your opponents from taking a base but not taking the base yourself, and just positioning tanks in very critical locations to prevent your opponents from mining gas, from mining minerals, or shelling the SCVs, etc. But we see what the two players have, and it looks like they just have exactly mirror build with barracks on 11 supply, and both of the players should be taking gas. Yes, so JYJ is the one that takes the gas first, and immediately Ssak also follows suit. And TVT is very interesting, and we had very similar TVT games. First of all, Ssak was playing with versus Speed from the team Keyword 8 in the first match of ASTL, and that was a very crazy action-packed game that goes all the way to the end. Around 40 minutes long, I think. So you definitely should check out that amazing game. It's you can go for my ASTL playlist, and you are going to be able to see all of the games organized by date. And yeah, so it looks like JYJ is sending out his first SCV to scout. He's going to be able to get to this base no problem, because it looks like Ssak has skipped going for Marine. And now he puts down his after he puts down his factory, he starts to spin his barracks to build his first Marine. This SCV is being annoying, gets 3 hits off, and is he going to be able to do some damage? But no, but the question is he going to be able to get out? Yeah, I think safely JYJ is able to retreat his SCV, and each SCV has 60 HP, right? So if each hit from an SCV takes 5 HP away, it's going to take 12 hits from one SCV or another drone or another probe to kill one SCV. So very buffy unit, and it looks like JYJ is going to take the initiative to build his command center, and I think the same action is done by Ssak. Yeah, so both players have mirror builds, and we're going to see which player is going to have more Marines at this point. It looks like JYJ just have one Marine, and so is Ssak. So completely similar build from both players. The commentator was pointing out that Ssak is only just taking 2 SCVs on gas, and so was JYJ. And I think they were just prioritizing vultures to make sure that vultures get out as much as possible. And we're gonna see, I think, another vulture war, guys. So Ssak is content to just stay back. No, both of the players send out their first vultures, and interestingly, both of them send it to the bottom right position, and at least JYJ is gonna have a higher ground advantage. No, the two vultures don't meet each other, but who got the first hit? It's very hard to say, but these one vultures from JYJ is gonna be able to save his other vultures, and it looks like JYJ smartly utilized the high ground just to protect his vultures. And now both of the players kind of retreat the vultures. They're gonna have to need to have some time to repair their damaged vultures. And 3 vultures here for Ssak, and I think the third vulture is out there scouting for JYJ. So the game is very balanced, guys. JYJ has 33 supply, and Ssak also with 32. And both of the two players are saturating the expansion at the moment, and the add-on is spinning for both of the players, so I think that is going to be speed first in this kind of scenario, I think, and then follow up by mines. Yeah, in this kind of situation, vision is very important because you're going to be able to see where your army is, and you will be able to choose where and when to strike your opponent. So that is very, very critical. And so it looks like JYJ has his barracks inside Ssak's base. He just have a little bit of vision, and he's gonna back out because he doesn't want to waste so much of that barracks HP. And he's able to see that Ssak has 5 watches, and interestingly enough, it looks like JYJ has opted to go for mines first to get a little bit of map control and a bit of vision on where the his opponent's army movement is looking like. And I think that Ssak, does he go for mine? It's not so sure. We cannot see the movement speed of the vultures from the minimap, but he probably went for mine as well. Yeah, no speed just yet. So we're going to see what is going to be the tech choice from both players going after this. And Ssak has his 4th expansion set up. Wow, this is a major divergence here, guys. So it looks like JYJ has gone only for 2 factories and immediately puts down in armory and then puts on an academy. So he's gonna, I think, get out tanks at some point. Whereas, oh my god, these 2 butchers are gonna get in, and they're gonna get a scout, or they're gonna, yeah, at least they come in, and both of the butchers are dead, but they were able to only kill one SCV, and a huge line of vultures are coming in, and they have mines and speed at this point. They must have what speed they have, but if they have mines, it's gonna be great. But the mines from JYJ is able to see everything, and where are these 2 tanks moving forward? They shouldn't be out here in the map. They should be like kind of a little bit back, but they decided, yeah, I guess offense is the best defense, because if those vultures decide to surround, then I think JYJ will have some ground to back off. And now it looks like, yeah, they're coming up and they are putting some mines on this part of the map. Are they engaging? I think they should be able to engage. They have so many vultures. They have so many vultures, and they're coming from both sides. It looks like Ssak splits his army into 2 different locations, and he's trying to circumvent this area on the right lane just to get in. And look at this map. 2 vultures running in, but they get blocked immediately, and JYJ is able to secure his expansion. No more harassment threat coming from these vultures, and I think it's time for Ssak to switch to tanks, guys, because if you don't win with the initial vultures harassment, you are going to be behind because tanks are superior. And it looks Ssak is retreating. Ssak is cornered, and at least 1 hit from the mines is able to damage some of the tanks, but it's the 2 tanks. There's still 3 tanks remaining with vultures and Goliath support, and they're clearing the mine. And now Ssak is gonna have to get this high ground advantage, but does he get the high ground advantage? No, he's just contented to hang out in the middle of the map, and he's gonna have to back up. And it's JYJ with a high ground advantage at this point. Both of the players are trying to locate the best place to lay their siege, and it looks like JYJ is going to keep that high ground advantage just outside of Ssak's base, and he needs to repair that one of the tank is very red. And yeah, now JYJ is firmly in a good location, and he's going to be able to shell these tanks and these vultures coming in. He needs to hit that tank that is in the red. Yeah, very good hit, and JYJ is not able to prevent Ssak access into his 3rd base. And now very good location for these tanks to kind of keep them in the right location. And yeah, oh my god, very good split of tanks. And now it looks like Ssak is able to keep, well, I guess keep the options open for his 3rd base. But he's going to move back, and very good surround. Are able to get this 1 tank. He needs to run and focus fire and do moving shot, and that's what they do. They do moving shots, but that's not enough. And in the meantime, Ssak is going to lose 2 tanks here, but he has some support, and he's not able. Yeah, looks like JYJ was not able to kill both of the tanks. Just one of the tanks was killed. But anyways, the supply is now in favor of JYJ after a very long push just across the map. But now both players are going to take their 3rd base, and it looks like JYJ is the one who takes it first at the top block position. And Yeah, another juggling for position, but these tanks are just outside of the range of the volleys from a JYJ's tank, so they are going to be just fine, and they're going to find an opening at the north side of the map. They are moving forward. Yeah, two of the tanks from a JYJ's is badly damaged, but they have a good position. This position is going to help them to shell any kind of SCVs coming across that ramp, but he needs to scan. Ssak, he needs to scan because, oh my god, so many mines, and all of these tanks are going to die, or what? We are hoping that they don't die and the mines are killed. And JYJ now is in the back foot. Look at the supplies, guys. Even though JYJ had a better advantage, has a good advantage in the beginning, and now his SCB building the command center was interrupted. And let's see if JYJ is able to get the volley off. Yeah, this is the advantage when you play turn versus turn, and you kind of have a little bit of vision, or you think that you have a better vision. You would just land the tanks and then just do a quick scan, or if you have vision from your mind, something like that, you are going to be able to hit your tanks, whereas they are not going to be able to hit you. So this is something that if you play turn versus turn, you should definitely pay attention. But now it looks like Ssak is looking to, you know, secure this this ramp, and he's moving in. Yeah, two vultures move in and they hold the ramp. They should need to put up some mines just to make you know, be very annoying. But these vultures are coming all the way in the back and they're doing some damage. But yeah, it looks like oh my god, this position is so tense in the middle, and it looks like, yeah, finally the vultures from Ssak are cleared out with at least 5 or 6 kills between the two of them. Yeah, so the commentator is pointing out that Ssak has switched to raids. He started to build 2 raids already. His third one is under construction, and so is JYJ. And these raids are going to be able to deny this position. And are the raids coming from Ssak enough? Yeah, so it looks like JYJ is able to scout that. He immediately sees, and he needs to back up at this point. Is he going to be able to get 1 tank? He doesn't even get 1 tank, and he's gonna try to come back in, and yeah, he got 1 tank. And now both of the players are quite even, guys. Ssak has a very strong grip on this expansion, but he's not able to deny scouting. And I think at this point, if I think 5 or 6, I think it's just 5 or 6 tanks coming from JYJ is going to be able to hold his position quite well. So why doesn't JYJ just go in the middle lane and try to harass with his vultures? And that's what he's doing. He's sending a group of vultures out, and he's gonna be looking for some openings. But the vultures coming from Ssak is able to intercept because they have vision from the mine. So this is what you need to worry about when you play turn versus turn, guys, which is always to clear your opponent's mines. And very good support from these 3 tanks, and the vultures coming from JYJ are going to have to back up, but now they have the high ground advantage and some mine support. So we're going to see if these tanks and these vultures are going to be, he needs to get out of the way. 1 hit, and now both of the players are also juggling for position in the middle of the map. So this game is kind of, you know, all over the place. There's a battle happening at 12 o'clock. There's a battle happening in the middle of the map, and we're going to see when is the timing of the 4th base for both of these players, because that's going to determine what is the direction of this game's mid game, guys. And by the way, just to take a 5-minute pause to give you guys some kind of information. I have created a Facebook group called Broodwar Forever. You know, I hope to meet all of you guys who are passionate about Brood Wars, and it looks like we don't have any groups for Brood War lovers or Brood War players. So definitely go and check it out. The link is in the video description, or you can just go to Facebook and look for Brood War Forever. So you're gonna be able to find this group. You know, I hope that through this group we're able to share games, casts, our own replays, or kind of any information just to supplement what Team Liquid already have. You know, which by no sense is not a good resource. I love Team Liquid also. So you know, if we can kind of connect with each other on multiple platforms, it's gonna be great, I think. Yeah, so it looks like JYJ is decided to take this 4 o'clock position, but is going to get denied. Is he going to force to cancel? Yeah, I think he needs to go for cancel JYJ, because there's no army that's going to be able to help that base. And hold that thought, because we're gonna have a major push against this 11-ish o'clock position, and so much troops are moving out, and command centers is all floating out, and so it looks like Ssak is not able to hold that position, but Ssak's expansion is up earlier, I think. Yeah, his SCV and is under transfer, and his vultures are already en route. But hold this thought, guys, because a bunch of mines is able to deter these tanks from moving up the ramps. And the counter coming from JYG is so strong. Look at this, guys. Ssak was not on time to save his third base, and now his third base is gonna float. Is gonna have to float back. But are these raids gonna be able to do something? But looks like JYJ has counter raids of himself, and also some Valkyries, 2 Valkyries in the mix, and it's gonna be. Now it looks like JYJ is back in the advantageous position, because now he's up 1 base. Both players are amassing a lot of air units at this point, but they haven't started to deploy them in great numbers yet. Now it looks like Ssak is gonna be able to on the defense against this attack from JYJ coming from the left lane, and those tanks are positioned in a good location, or what? Will at least yeah, 1 tank from all of those vultures is melted, guys. So even though JYJ had a good advantage, and he's able to deny Ssak from taking his expansion, his third expansion, it's not very clear who is. No one has a definitive advantageous position at this point yet, and it looks like Ssak is going to skip taking the base at the 10 o'clock position. He's going to take the base at the 5 o'clock position instead, and it looks like JYJ has decided to go for the corner position, guys. He's decided to go for the corner map at the 11 o'clock position, and this raid needs to focus on that Goliath. He needs to focus on that Goliath. But yeah, anyways, the armies from Ssak moves in, and he's able to save this base. But where are those raids going? He should just go there and help out. I guess he sees those he sees those Valkyries, and he sees the raids. And where are the Goliaths? This armies is so strong coming from JYJ. So looks like we have a very big counter coming here. Attack all over the place, guys. So these 3 tanks are kind of separated in the middle of the map coming from Ssak, but in the meantime Ssak is doing a counter. He needs to lay more mines. He needs to lay more mines to prevent those armies from moving forward. But looks like JYJ's armies to stop in the middle of the map. He's not able to make any grounds, and one lone Goliath is able to come in here and save this base. These vultures coming from Ssak, actually it would have been better if he actually went for the yeah, that's what he's doing right at the 10 position to deny any kind of building of the SCV there. But it looks like he was too late, and the SCV was the SCV is killed, guys. So that base is not complete. So in the meantime, JYJ is attacking this base, and so most of the players are back with 4 bases left. But JYJ has a slight supply advantage, and he needs to lift that base. Yeah, he lifts it, but it's a little bit too late. And still making raids coming from both Ssak and JYJ, and now JYJ has secured this 9 o'clock, this 10 o'clock position. He's need to push forward to deny the 11 o'clock position, because that base is going to be the deciding base towards the very late games, guys. We have seen scenarios where everybody, most of the Terran players take all the positions on this map except for the 11 o'clock, and they just kind of trade blows back and forth. But no player is able to take this 11 o'clock. But it looks like that 11 o'clock is cancelled, so the game kind of resets a little bit, and now both players are having these clock raids are coming in. He needs to focus on the raids. One Goliath is down, he needs to focus on the other raids, but no, the raids decided not to engage, and JYJ is able to hold the high ground positions against Ssak. And where are those raids going? They're just running around, but they gotta be careful. Yeah, okay, so they're trying to clear out these tanks over here. Looks like JYJ is not responding, but these Valkyries are coming back, and at least we have some turrets here to defend. And raids is just running around, but they're not directly engaging each other. And a bunch of Valkyries are attacking, and the raids from Ssak are all dead. Moving shot is too good from the raids from JYJ, and now Ssak just have 3 raids remaining, whereas JYJ has 2 raids and 5 Valkyries. So at least JYJ is gonna have the air dominance for some time, I think, at this point. Yeah, but yeah, the game continues on, and JYJ is now maxed out, guys. Let's take a look at the upgrades a little bit. So it looks like Oh, battle cruises. So the first battle cruises is out for Ssak. Is he going to be able to turn the tide? And we're looking for the science facility with the physics add-on from the JYJ, and we don't see it yet. So yeah, let's see. A bunch of raids is still denying this, being very annoying to these tank movement. And where are the Goliaths? Yeah, so I was gonna say that Ssak has two level 2 weapons upgrade, and from JYJ it is the same. So very similar upgrades from both players, and we're gonna see who sieges first. So it looks like Ssak is about to siege first, but they're kind of blocking each other onto the ramps, and at least the vultures are coming in from JYJ to deny these tanks, and the tanks exploded, guys. And now JYJ is momentarily going to have 2 more bases ahead. One basis he's already started to take at the at this position right here, at the 5 o'clock position, and he also clear out the bastion that Ssak was building at the 4 o'clock position, and he's able to stop Ssak from attacking the 10 o'clock position. So right now JYJ is up 1 base, but JYJ doesn't see, yeah, he sees a physics lab, at least he saw the physics lab, so he needs to think about how to counter this threat from the battle cruisers. I'm not a Terran versus Terran players, but I think one of the ways you could do it is mass Goliath. But I think at this stage of the game, since JYJ is not so far behind yet, I mean in terms of number of battle cruisers, Ssak has just started to build maybe 1 or 2, so he can definitely play catch up, because at least he had the army, the positional, and the economic advantage. Yeah, so these raids are just clearing out things, you know, and we have a group of vultures in the southern side just going for some harassment, but they immediately get denied. Yeah, so it looks like JYJ has a very good grip on this game, guys. And where are the battle cruisers coming from? Ssak, 1 battle cruisers is not enough. 2 battle cruisers, 3. Okay, he has a lot of battle cruisers so far, and but these Valkyries is not a small matter to be trifled with, guys, because Valkyries in large number, they can smash damage the battle cruisers. But now it looks like battle cruisers numbers are maybe up to 5 or 6, and we are going to have to see if they're going to be able to penetrate it. So it looks like they're going to be heading for the 11 o'clock position, guys. So are they going to clear out the army in those locations? Oh my god, but it looks like snipe. One big group of Valkyries coming into sky. I think they snipe two battle cruisers over there, and they back up, and still the Valkyries survived. One of the Valkyries is taken down. But at this point of the game, I think JYJ has the economic advantage, but Ssak has the army advantage. At least he has the air army advantage. He needs to send some units to repair those battle cruisers when they run out of HP. But looks like Ssak is taking the yeah, this is the most important base, because this base has 2 gas, so that base is gonna be very important in the late game. But in the mid to late game, at least looks like JYJ has 2 additional bases to Ssak only 1. These 2 vultures are coming in and just being a little bit annoying, but no worries, they're gonna get kicked out momentarily. And look at this, guys, Ssak has so much minerals. Yeah, so much minerals, and these tanks are on the high ground, and they need to scan. Ssak needs to scan. At least both players need to scan. None of the players are scanning. I guess they're just outside of range of each other. And Yamato gun would be very useful here to just snipe those tanks on the high ground. But it looks like the battle cruisers from Ssak have decided not to go for those positions, and you know, we haven't seen a TVT going to battle cruisers for such a long time. I think it's been at least half a year or 1 year. I haven't seen professional Starcraft players going for battle cruisers. You know, Firebat Heroes is known for battle cruisers. Sharp is known for battle cruisers. Flash sometimes, not so much. Okay, at least now it looks like Ssak clears out these tanks on the high ground, and he needs to start to repair those BCs. And now we're going to see JYJ with his own BCs. So now I think, yeah, mass turrets is the response, guy. Mass turrets is going to be the response that that Ssak is gonna need to have to do. But you know, two bases on one is, you know, it's we're gonna see how critical that kind of advantage is from both players. Okay, these tanks on the high ground are shouting the tanks on the low ground of Ssak. Ssak lost 2 tanks in that exchange. He is still looking for find a location to attack, but what is this? So yeah, when you play battle cruisers like these, you're gonna have to free up your supply by throwing your SCVs, and you know, try to get as much splash damage as possible. And yes, so now the battle is going to be in the mid. Oh my god, so many battle cruisers. We're gonna have a huge BC on BC's action coming up very soon, guys. But whoever has more gas is going to win. And in terms of number of gas, they are even. They're dead even. It is minerals that that JYJ has a slight advantage, I think. But in terms of gas, they're quite even. But JYJ has a larger bank. He has a larger bank, but he has fewer. I think he has fewer BCs at this point, guys. But look at this guy. JYJ is not taking SCVs, not sending SCVs to his bottom expansion. I think that's a mistake, because when the game dries out, you know, the forward base is going to be the first base is, you know, taken down by your enemy. So yeah, he starts to send more SCVs. So that's what he needs to do. He needs to send more SCV, and he needs to mine those bases. If it was me, I would move SCVs from this tropical position here that is almost mined out. I will move it to the 6 o'clock position. I'm sorry, the 5 o'clock position. Oh, he's clearing Wraith. Yeah, he's, you know, oh my god, he's clearing Psy. He's clearing Psy, and he's going to move to the middle of the map, and he needs to Yamato gun these tanks. No, he decided to save the Yamato for later, but it looks like counter going from JYJ, and I think Ssak is a little bit out of position. He's trying to move back, but these guys are coming in, and he needs to scout. I think both players need to scan. Yamato gun for the win. Yamato gun or what? We don't know. Yamato gun the tanks, and then the tanks from JYJs is gonna move in. But these Yamato's guns are going to do counter Yamato gun, I guess. We need to have counter Yamato gun. Okay, but now it looks like a bunch of tanks from the low ground, the high ground is coming in. But now JYJ is going to he's gonna besiege this position. But the army from Ssak, the battle cruisers from Ssak comes in, and this entire army is obliterated. But Yamato gun is gonna come from both sides. We are going to see who will have the better Yamato gun, and Yamato gun on Yamato gun battle. Oh my god, this is like a meme, guys. So many fire, and it looks like Ssak has the better result in that game, and he's moving forward with his huge fleet of battle cruisers, and JYJ is backing up. He has slightly inferior, and this physics lab is under siege, guys. This physics lab, if it burns down, JYJ won't be able to make any more army. But you know, taking this chance, Ssak is moving forward with his tanks, and he's gonna clear out this base along with the science facility with the physics lab. So now temporarily JYJ won't be able to make any more battle cruisers. He needs to go and make one more science facility, or just mass building turrets at this point, guys. But in terms of mineral, we have to take a look, because I think JYJ now has slightly better mineral count. He is sending his SCV to saturate his other bases, but we're gonna have a huge engagement in the middle of the map. Yamato gun needs to be deployed. So much Yamato gun, and these armies need to move back, and Goliaths are coming in to help. Goliath versus tank versus battle cruisers action. I need to focus fire. The Goliaths are focusing fire. Yamato gun is going to burn down some of the units coming from both players, and tanks are moving in. Tanks need to go past these units, because the tank, they have no business being here. They need to kind of draw fire away and need to move into the base of the what? So many Goliaths coming from nowhere. Goliaths are coming in from nowhere, and all of the battle cruisers from Ssak are destroyed. But these tanks, the game kind of resets, guys. For some very strange reason, the game resets, and all of the players, none of the players have any more BCs left. Just one more BCs. But I think just Goliaths coming from Ssak is going to be able to help rip out these BCs. But now we're going to think about, yeah, it looks like JYJ has more battle cruisers, and and he is besieging this top area of the map, and he needs to make a little bit more Goliaths, and he needs to have battle cruisers. Oh my god, Ssak is bleeding minerals. He is mining in the bottom left position, but that base, at least that base has gas. But now JYJ has a with the army advantage is bearing down on Ssak's expansion, but quickly enough, he's decided not to attack the 10 o'clock position and the 11 o'clock position. That is a mistake, because those bases are quite important at this point of the game. It looks like, yeah, he's gonna attack this base first and clear out the infrastructure from Ssak. He needs to go over there and save that starport, I think, yeah, because you know, you cannot make any more stuff. He needs to battle cruisers and stuff, but he decided to back off and cancel that starport. That starport is not cancelled. That starport is still blinking. JYJ is about to get the 3-0 victory for his team. He has more minerals. His bases are very much saturated, and this one battle cruiser is running away from his life. And okay, this game is very tense, but I think JYJ, after kind of successful engagement just outside of Ssak's base, is able to push this game towards the end, guys. And all of his armies are moving in, and these tanks are moving out, and they're being shelled. And but you know, lots of Goliaths and lots of tanks are moving, and these battle cruisers are a little bit behind, and they need to go for focus fire, and they need to go for Yamato gun, but they don't have enough energy. And I think this is the end. I think Ssak can't hold it anymore, guys. Ssak is attacking with the you know, as much force and as much vitality as he can, but no, he GG's, and the series ends 3-0 with the battle cruisers and battle cruisers action, guys. That was crazy. That was amazing. And Sunae wins, and they are still in the second position, and Carariyo has fallen down again. I guess he still remained in the last position in the Pro League. So thanks for watching, and see you in game 10 in just a few hours. Bye bye.